sugar. Da 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 da. ATP producer, proton pumper, lots of flavor, energy maker. Yo, the way I feel, sometimes it's glucose. Gotta split, things are metabolic, we gotta make fuel fit. Sometimes cells try to chill, needing energy to cope. ATP on their mind, it's really no joke. You can feel it in the cytosol, cells breathe without hope. They going through the motion, phosphorylation's a focus. We need a phosphate and a kinase needs energy, so ATP comes in. The focus gets cleared, and hexokinase lets the race begin. A kinase adds a phosphate to a substrate, makes it march, and the glucose is wary, so we add a phosphate on C6 to start. Glucose 6 phosphate formed from that kick, then phosphoglucose isomerase shifts, making it slick. We isomerize the sugar molecule in a blink. Fructose 6 phosphate produced from the switch, and then another kinase comes in, putting another phosphate on. Phosphofructokinase, an enzyme that needs energy, it's never gone. ATP is there to give it plenty, you see. Put a second phosphate on, turning it into fructose 1,6-bisphosphate full of energy. But before it can even speak, it's torn apart. Aldolase coming in, splitting it right from the start. Using a little active lysine residue, that's its job. We gotta break down this molecule, don't sob. DHEP, GA3P cousins, but not the same name. Triose phosphate isomerase here to change the game. Converting DHEP to G3P, ready to make NADH, that's true. Isomerizing this molecule, changing how it's viewed. Glycolysis works best when we have low ATP, that's true. But maybe there's too much ADP. What are you gonna do when we have high blood glucose? Insulin wants it gone, so it's gonna activate glycolysis from dusk till dawn. Can't forget fructose 2,6-bisphosphate, the activator we need. Too much ATP or too low ADP shuts it all down indeed. Or too little blood glucose and glucagon in the body, it just won't proceed. That's the energy investment phase.
Now we begin the energy output phase. We split each glucose, now G3P is up on stage. Next we have glyceraldehyde 3-phosphodehydrogenase. Dehydrogenase means pulls hydrogens away. Oxidation at C1, NAD plus gets the pair. Gets 2E, 2H, forms NADH with flare. PI tags on, making 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate. We didn't spin ATP, we just built high energy state. Then phosphoglycerate kinase takes the plate. Kinase means phosphate transfer ADP. It's gonna take 1,3-BPG, drops phosphate ATP, we elevate, forms 3-phosphoglycerate, that's energy we make. Phosphoglycerate mutates, then flips the phosphate. Mutates functional group shift, no energy to take. 3PG to 2PG, we arrange the state. Priming for dehydration, so PEP will create. Analase comes next with its dehydration. H2O leaves the scene, now PEP is our new creation. Double bonds tight, high energy concentration. Prepping for the strike in glycolytic liberation. Pyruvate kinase closes out, kinase again, no lie. PEP transfers the P to ADP, ADP we amplify. PEP to pyruvate to ADP per G3P by. So 4 ATP made, but 2 were spent to get it high. Net gain of 2 ATP NADH we supply. Unlike HK and PFK, we make ATP by removing a phosphate and making energy. Downstream, pyruvate slides into PDC through the matrix where there's ATP. Decarboxylation spits CO2 free NAD plus to NADH. Acetyl-CoA is the key. When acetyl-CoA goes in, TCA cycle ignites, blazing a trail to ETC's heights. Protons flow, returning through ATP synthase where more ATP is made.
Now we get the final sum. It's tight. That's the net reaction. 1 glucose in with 2 ADP, PI, NAD plus in action. Outcome 2 pyruvate, 2 H2O, ATP satisfaction, plus 2 NADH, 2H plus cells energy transaction. Now that's glycolysis from start to finish. We rhyme. Energy is harvested. Now you've mastered the time.